What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Zay. Come back to another video. You dig. And now we get right into it. So this video I wanted to talk about kind of how I transitioned into stepping away from eating animal products and such. And that happened back in, I want to say, May of 2022. I believe it was the end of May or the beginning of June, one of those, in that summer range. So roughly I've been on this, eating lifestyle for about, give or take, 6 to 8 months in a sense, and let me put this out here first before I even go on. This is not a video of me trying to convince anybody to do it. It's not me trying to shame anybody who doesn't do it. This is just me giving my insight and my story on how I got to this point of, my eating lifestyle and, kind of, I guess, the benefits and whatnot. But in no shape or form am I trying to get somebody to do something that, that it's not within them to actually do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really I don't boast about it. I don't brag about it. It's just a lifestyle. It was a personal change. And like how I'm going to talk about later on in the video, it was a spiritual change, excuse me. So let's get right into it. So all throughout my younger years, I ate animal products, meat, beef, chicken, all that, drunk, all that, you know what I'm saying? Just as a kid growing up. Now I will say, I guess a year and a half before I made the transition over, I was kind of noticing certain things I was doing. I would kind of eat turkey bacon over. In my opinion, I still think, even though I don't eat meat no more, I still think turkey bacon hit better than regular bacon. But that's just me. I think because it's the grease that came with the, it wasn't nothing wrong with the flavor. Just kind of the grease that it just kind of wasn't selling well with my stomach. But things I started eating things like turkey bacon. I remember I had got this plant protein powder, and I wasn't even I don't even like the word using vegan, but I hadn't even stepped away from animal products at that time. But I had bought it just because I wanted to find a way to implement my intake of vegetables, in different ways. So I was able to do it through a powder form where they extract the nutrients from the vegetables into a powder form. So fast forward to the day that I actually made the transition over into stepping away from animal products and dairy products. Same thing, but y'all get what I'm saying. I had ordered, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I ordered, right? I had ordered a large catfish, a whole catfish. And I'm not gonna give the place of the restaurant because it wasn't even about a whole thing of it wasn't about the food being bad. It had a moment within myself. So I had ordered a large catfish. I think I ordered 2 sides, but the size don't really matter. I don't think it was mac and cheese either though. But the size don't really matter. We're talking about I ordered a whole catfish. And when I bit into it, I don't know, this day, it was just, I don't know, bro. I had bit into it. That's why I tell people, it wasn't about the taste. It wasn't about food being nasty. It just, when I bit into it, it was the first time where I really realized and felt it just felt fleshy. It felt fleshy, and when I bit into it, I had bit into the top of it, and I kind of had bit into the bone. So I bit into it, I'm like, damn, this don't. Then I pulled my lip from it, and I looked at it. I kind of just observed it, and I realized this is a, you know what I'm saying? I seen where the eye was at and all that. It just kind of threw me off. You feel me? Especially biting into the bone, and I had pulled off the flesh. It was just, I don't know, something that day, and that's why I tell people it was a personal experience. So that's why I'm never out here trying to, of course I promote, if somebody asks me, I tell them I definitely, I highly recommend it. But I'm not out here telling people that they need to change the way they eat. bash in the way that I'm not that type of person, because I was once, I once consumed it. So it's like people, find that little holiness in them and they try to be on their high horse. I'm not one of them guys. I'm very down to earth, very realistic. That's why so many people can relate to me. Even when I start to come in touch with new knowledge and new things, my spiritual ego doesn't get in the way for me being able to still connect with people, even though we do different things. Like, it's just what it is. Like, everybody on a separate journeys separately. I'm gonna get into a video in another video about that, because I want to go into depth on that, because I see a lot of people out here who do that. But yeah, after that day, it was like an immediate switch. So when people ask me like, dang bro, was it hard for you? I'm like one of the rare cases where it wasn't really hard. It was just like it wasn't like I was trying to force myself to stop eating animal products. I just had I literally had no desire. You know what I'm saying? I had no desire to really consume it anymore, because that day really messed me up, bro. I didn't even finish the meal. I threw the fish away. I don't know if I think I ate the sides though, but I threw the fish away and had ordered something else. I think I ordered some fries from somewhere. But yeah, man, like, it'd be so funny. People ask me like, hey bro, how'd you? It's just like, bro, it just happened one day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, like, it was a spiritual thing. In my opinion, it was really a spiritual thing. It was out of my control. You know what I'm saying? People would tell me, oh, so do you still eat fish? And it'd be so funny, because usually when people step away from meat, they still eat fish. But I'd be telling them, like, fish the reason why I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't beef or chicken. It was fish that, you know what I'm saying, I had that realization while I was eating fish. So, man, and we can get into the benefits a little bit. A couple of benefits I've seen. I will say less mucus build up in the body for sure. I move at a much faster pace at my during my workouts. I have a much better physique, because what I realized when I was eating meat, I was a lot much pause, but that's gonna be the pause for the whole video. I ain't gonna say pause again, but I just throw the one pause in for the video. I was more puffy because it kind of the mucus from the meat, it kind of swells you up a little bit. So I was much more puffier. But now I'm less puffier, but I'm just as strong. Probably might even be a little bit stronger. I'm more cut up, and I move around a lot better. I'm much more agile, faster. Like I said, less mucus build up. So when you run it, you ain't got to constantly be spitting, and you know how it go. Even still now, I still get mucus build up here and there from other items I eat. Like, I'm not completely raw plant based. Maybe that's something I strive to later on in life, but I'm not completely raw based yet. So there has been times where I ate things that had dairy in it. I tried my best to stay away from it. But if somebody cooks something that got a little bit of dairy in it and it's one of my favorite dishes, I dibble and dabble in it. But me is a complete that's one thing that's a complete like, under any circumstance I can't, just because at this point how the stomach works and how the body works, when the meat comes with a certain type of acidic that the stomach gets used to. So when you're no longer like consuming it, the acidic chemical and what am I trying to say here? How familiar the stomach is with the acidity that came with the meat is no longer there. So now it's like your stomach rejects it. So if I were to say go get a piece of chicken today, I would throw up all over this floor, just because your stomach no longer has that familiar, you know what I'm saying, the familiar sense with the pheromones and the hormones and the chemicals and the acid that meat gives off and within the stomach while it's breaking down. So yeah, man, better clarity. I did a interview on here on YouTube with a young lady by the name of Carrie. You probably just type in Zay Applin plant-based or something like that, and it should come up. It's not a long interview, but I kind of talked about it on there. A couple of things I eat: black bean burgers. I love black bean burgers. Your regular fruits and vegetables. You feel me? I dibble and dabble with a couple fried food. Like I like French fries. Other such things. I ain't. That's the thing. I ain't perfect with it. I just remove animal products and dairy, but I'm not completely perfect in how I eat. Like, I still dibble and dabble with some sweets, and the sweets may have dairy in it. You feel me? And I know that. I understand that. You feel me? But like I said, we all on our personal journey, so that's why I don't judge, because I'm not perfect myself. So who am I to judge? I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna try to change. And like I said, we're gonna get into this heavy in the next video, but I'm not the type of person to try to change what you're doing and how you doing things. But if a person is already trying to change and they come to me for, certain type of guidance on something I might already be in the knowing of, then yeah. But other than that, everybody comes into certain things on their own time. You feel me? Everybody walking their own different paths. So for you to try to, you need to be doing this, maybe that's not for that person at that time. Maybe it ain't for that person at all. You worry about your life. So that's why I get along with so many people, and so many people rock with me. While I really kind of be in my own lane with a lot of things. But with that being said, I don't judge people on them being in their lane. So that's why I still kind of, I still got a lot of support from so many different people, with me still kind of going through a lot of these different changes and not moving and doing the same things that I used to do. You feel me? So that's just a quick little rundown. I remember, I'll tell you this one thing. I remember when I first made that transition over, a lot of people thought I was going to get like real skinny and I was going to lose a lot of weight and all that. But initially I did drop down a couple pounds, but that's because your body, you got to remember, like, your body's going through a whole different it's basically being resetted. So I did lose weight because, I wasn't getting the same hormones from the meat and all that. So my body had to go through a whole different reset. So now my body had to understand and adapt to the new ways of eating, and understand where it was going to be pulling its nutrients from now, or pulling its, I guess protein, whatever you want to call it, energy and all that. It just had to do a whole factory reset in a sense. That's pretty much it. I wouldn't consider myself vegan. I don't really even like the word vegan, because most vegans, they eat processed meat. They eat processed plant-based meat. You don't be knowing. That's why only type of burgers I try to stick to is bean burgers. That's it. I used to, eat the slutty vegan and all that, but I just got to start really thinking and just eating it, just like, what's in it? You feel me? Like, what's in it? So with bean burgers, I can see what's in it. I know what's in it. You feel me? So that's my whole thing on that, the whole vegan thing. A lot of people just use that just to kind of like, it's really like a classism thing. Like, oh, I'm vegan. I'm okay, whatever. Like the whole vegan thing, they say you can't eat honey. I eat honey, so I don't want to be vegan. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things that I don't really care about being a part of two things: no meat, no dairy. I'm not vegan, I ain't vegetarian, I'm none of that. I'm me. But it's two things, just two food groups I don't eat: meat and dairy. That's it. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.